All right, doing a long video for you today of all of my meal prep for the week. Some of you were asking me for like a little bit more details. And for the measures, I'm still not measuring, sorry. But I am doing, so today's meal plan this week is stir fry, stew, crock pot pork chops, and beef veggie soup. And then I'm doing chicken cacciatore tonight for whatever kids decide to show up for Sunday dinner. So first thing I do is I just kind of lay out my containers, and I always store my meal preps for the week in my freezer containers, even if I'm not gonna put them in the freezer, which I'm not, because life is uncertain, and if an adventure comes up, then we might just stick it in the freezer and go do something else, and then I'll have it for a different time. So I have my onions is what I start with. So where's my lid here? So I just chop up onions, and then I think to myself, like, which meals need onions? So I'm doing my onions all at one time. So this is where you become efficient with the kitchen, and you can eat really good without taking up a lot of your time. So I am going to, I'll adjust this so my head's not completely cut out. There we go. So chicken cacciatore is tonight's, and we need lots of onions for that. And so I have my chicken thawed out and ready down here. I'm not gonna add it to that because chicken cacciatore I need to saute. So since it's for tonight, I'm actually just gonna get my pan out. And I'm just gonna dump my cut up onions and celery right into the pan for tonight. So there's my onion. And then I'm going to put this in the bowl for now. Get some celery. And this celery has been in my fridge for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, because I haven't really done anything with celery lately. So all I'm gonna do is just cut the ends off because they're not ideal. But then the rest of my celery is looking good, so I'm gonna use this. So I'm gonna cut the ends off, and then I'm gonna stick the rest of this in my chopper. I got new celery yesterday at Costco, and I'm gonna use that for like my stir fry and stuff, where I'm really gonna eat chunks of celery. But this is just gonna get sauteed. So if it's not like, I mean, it's still pretty good. So I'm just gonna go with that. Celery, and then tonight's dinner will be ready. Okay. So, celery. All right, now I'm gonna go back to my onions for the rest of my meals. So I just quarter my onion, stick it in. So I want onion for my stir fry, yes. But I want cut up onions that I'm gonna marinate my chicken in, but I also wanna do some full onions. So I probably should have cut some additional off. So this is my chicken for my stir fry, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this in here because I'm gonna just marinate this today for, is tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and marinate this into it with some ginger and garlic and some teriyaki sauce for tomorrow's dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some onion to that. Stew, definitely want onion in my stew container. I'm not gonna worry about the pork chops. And then I have my beef veggie soup. So it means I need more onion, hang on. So I'm gonna do one more onion. And part of this onion I'm gonna do for some bigger chunks of onion that I want to have in my stir fry. So I'm gonna just put part of this onion in my chopper for right now. Just enough to get me what I need for the small stuff I want in my soup. I know, there's a lot going on. Makes it so much easier. Put this guy over here for now because my pork chops don't really require a whole lot. They're kind of more of a, like, you know, meat, potatoes, and gravy kind of meal. Ooh, those onions are getting me. All right, so this is gonna be my container for my beef veggie soup. All right. So I was gonna gonna have more coffee, but I didn't, so my creamer's still out. Okay, so tonight's dinner, chicken cacciatore. Tomorrow's is my stir fry. Tuesday, stew, so I got a base there, and then got my pork chops, and then my beef veggie soup. So I'm gonna stick my pork chops at the end because they don't require much. So I know I want chunks of onion in my stir fry. So I have this guy that's going for stir fry, but I'm gonna do an extra container that's gonna just have all my veggies in it. And I'm actually gonna use a Fridge Smart for that because it'll store a lot better in this than it will. So I'm gonna just cut some chunks of onion for my stir fry. Okay, that's plenty. And then tonight I'm going to do a cucumber, onion, cucumber, tomato salad to go with our chicken cacciatore. So I'm gonna do some chunks of onion in this bowl too. And how I make that salad, I did a whole video on that. So it's on my YouTube channel if you wanna know how to do my cucumber salad. Because I'm not gonna go into a lot of details on that. So I'm gonna get some onions cut up there. And I'm gonna put the rest in here. All right, so now I've got my bowl for my cucumber salad started. I've got my stir fry started. I've got onions for everything. Done with the onions. No more crying. All right, so now I'm gonna add garlic. I peeled a bunch of garlic and I just put it in my little baby chopper. And garlic. So probably garlic goes in everything, right? I mean, that's what my mom says anyways. Okay, so garlic for sure in the chicken cacciatore. I'm gonna do some on my teriyaki chicken. And what else do I want it on? Stew, veggie soup, yeah, why not? So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little garlic in everything. Okay, fresh garlic. So next, so this is all I need to get started for my chicken cacciatore is onion, celery, and garlic. So I'm just gonna set this over on the stove top. And I'm cooking some sausage. If you didn't see me make the Scotch eggs earlier today, I'm about to pull those out of the oven actually right now. And I'm cooking the rest of the sausage and I'm just gonna put it in the freezer cooked because I like adding it to soups and stuff in the wintertime. So this isn't necessarily part of this week's meal prep, but while I'm at it, I'm gonna do it all. So this is the Tupperware stack cooker, and what I love about this is all of my grease from cooking sausage is inside my cover. Put these down. And it was in the microwave, so I didn't have to think about it. Literally, it's been sitting over there done for about 5 minutes, waiting for me to come and pay some attention to it. So I'm just gonna cut this sausage with my spoon a little. If you wanna make gravy, this isn't the ideal way to cook your sausage because, look at this. All my grease is down there because this is a colander. So this is still a little pink, so I'm gonna put it back in the microwave. I mean, the rule on this, cooking like sausage or beef or turkey in the microwave is 6 minutes per pound, but I don't keep track. I just stick it in, stop it, stir it. So I'm gonna try like another 3 minutes on this guy. All right, back to this week's dinner. Okay. So stir fry, what do I need to finish my stir fry? All I need to do to finish my stir fry now is just put whatever sauce I want to marinate this. And so I'm gonna do, in mine, I'm gonna do a little bit of, I'm gonna use cocoa aminos because they say they're healthier. And I'm gonna use some sesame oil. So, let me grab those things. And cocoa aminos, you just gotta be careful with it because it's kind of sweet. It looks like this. Got it from Costco. And I'm just gonna put a little of that on here. And then I'm gonna do a little sesame oil because sesame oil doesn't take much and it makes things things taste delicious. And then I'm gonna add some, I'm gonna put some of these fresh chives on here because I've got them. Why not? Might have to go get some more of those. They're looking delicious. Okay, a little chive and some sesame seeds. Now, I should have probably already chopped my chicken, but it was still a little bit frozen. Okay, so this is gonna go in, and this is my small, where's my lid for this guy? My season serve. And so this will be kind of marinating all week. I'll find the lid for that sometime. Oh, here it is. Here's the seal, I should say, because it actually seals liquid tight. Put that on there. That. And then all I gotta do between like today and tomorrow is just turn this a couple times and it'll keep that meat all yummy and marinated. So that piece is done. And now all I gotta do is finish up my veggies. And Costco did not have broccoli yesterday, can you imagine? So all I have so far is a little bit of cauliflower I'm gonna add into here. And I'm gonna leave a little room because I'm gonna want some broccoli in there. I'm gonna have to get some. And then I'm gonna do some carrots. And I already peeled these so you don't have to see me peel carrots. And if you like tiny carrots, or maybe you have little kids that pick vegetables out of stuff, when my kids were little, what I used to do is cut my carrots in my chopper, so that way they were really tiny. And then they couldn't pick them out so much. Nowadays, just me and Curtis and Dane. Dane's pretty sturdy. He eats pretty much whatever I cook. So, and now I'm gonna just let some room in there so I can add my broccoli, and then I have my stir fry ready for tomorrow. All I'll have to do is dump it in the pan. Okay, stir fry, check. Stew. So I'm not gonna pre-cut my potatoes because I don't want them to get brown and I don't want to store them in water. And so I'm gonna just do everything else I need for my stew. So I'm gonna do some carrot in here, and I'm gonna do some celery. So already in this container is that onion and the garlic that I already prepped for everything else. I'm gonna get my carrots in here. I won't make you guys watch me cut the rest of these carrots, but you got the idea. I'm gonna finish putting a couple more carrots. Probably like 4 or 5 carrots in there. And then I have, I buy the big package of stew meat from Costco, and then I just put in what I want. So, and I cut this up with my scissors because they're just big chunks and we like our stew to have kind of smaller chunks of meat. So basically, it's just gonna add that meat in there. And then the meat that isn't going in the stew, I just have this is about the size of container I need for my my new family size of stew. And so I'm just gonna take it out and put it in here. So then this package of stew meat that cost me $37, holy cow, is actually gonna do probably about 4, maybe 5 stews for my family. And if I end up doing it for like a Sunday dinner when all the kids are gonna come over, I would just pull out 2 of these guys. But at least that way I would never have to pull out more than what I need. So I just finished combining this up. I won't make you watch me finish that. But it looks like some of this has some pretty big chunks in it, and so I would just use my scissors and finish cutting these up into the size that I want. Okay, so that's how the stew is gonna finish out. I'll show you some pictures on the end of what everything looks like. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands now. Get the beef off of them. Okay. Stew done. Okay, pork chops in the crock pot. So I have, again, my Costco thing of pork chops, and what I'm gonna do is just the ones that I think I need. So I'm gonna take 3 of them, which that's gonna be an overkill for me and Curtis and Dane, 3 pork chops. But Dane likes to take last night's dinner in his thermos for lunch a lot of the time. So this will give us dinner plus at least Dane's, possibly Curtis's lunch for the next day. And because of the way this pack, this is my Costco pack. This is, because of the way this pack is kind of ending up, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do one more pork chop, and I can always put this done in the freezer or use it as leftovers, and then that gives me 4 more that I'll put in the freezer for next time I wanna do pork chops for dinner. And so I'll get those together, and now my pork chops, I'll probably just salt and pepper these, honestly, and then stick them in the fridge. And then when I put them in the crock pot, I like to use cream of chicken soup in my crock pot with them. And you can use anything you want to, but it makes it delicious and gives me yummy gravy. And my rice is 5 minutes from being done. And then that rice I'll use this week for, I like to use it like on my salad, or I use it, it's already gonna be done and cooked for our stir fry. It'll be sitting in there. And then I can also use it for my pork chops. So my rice, I'm gonna actually do 2 batches of the rice like I showed. And that might've been a different video. Anyways, so I'll use it for my stir fry tomorrow night. I'll use it for my pork chops on Thursday night. And then I'll also just have it in the fridge for whatever else I wanna use it on throughout the week. But rice refrigerates and freezes really well, and reheats really good too. So, okay, so beef veggie soup is all I have left, and I've already got my onions and my garlic in the container. And what I'm gonna add for that is I'm gonna do some chunks of celery instead of tiny celery. So I'm just gonna get the ends cut off here. That piece doesn't look very good. Okay. So beef and veggie soup, again, I'm just gonna cut up my veggies. And I went and scavengered everybody's garden this morning, and so I found 1 zucchini. Have you ever heard of that before? Usually the zucchini is what everybody's trying to get rid of, and this year there was like none. So in here, I found 1 nice big zucchini. I don't even know if this zucchini is any good, actually. Oh, that's gonna be a bummer. Oh, it's got really hard skin, so we'll see how that works. Anyway, so I'm gonna put all the veggies that I need for my soup right in here, and I'll take a picture of that for you later. You don't need to see me cutting up veggies. And that way I'll literally have everything I need done. So I'll finish prepping this out, and then I'll come back with part 2 of this video.